Hey everybody, how's it going? All right, let's get cracking into this. So, welcome to Ironman. Let me get this right. Ironman New Zealand 2022. Ironman New Zealand December 2022. Build1. Such a mouthful. Sorry about that. So, yeah, here we are with this next phase of your training, the next 4 weeks. Hopefully, the base phase has gone really well for you guys. It's the base is a really important aspect of the training, and the work that you do through that is really going to help how you manage with the upcoming workouts. And so the training focus through this build phase is primarily around developing strength and muscular endurance, but still continuing the aerobic gains, the aerobic build. There's still a lot of work you need to do to develop your fitness and conditioning for those longer duration efforts and through to the race day. But primarily now we're looking at developing some musculature to actually cope with the deeper stages of the Ironman race. So hopefully you've had a chance to have a look through the notes on the upcoming Build1 plan. But I'd like to talk you through as we go through here. So if I just share the screen with you, we'll bring up search for Build1, and let's look at intermediate, just because it's probably the most common one most people will be using. Obviously, beginner and advanced will have a slightly different layout. Advanced may have another couple of sessions, a couple more intervals, slightly longer intervals, but not hugely different. I'm in New Zealand 2022 Build1 intermediate, 13:45 average weekly hours, and the split is, as you can see, over 50% of that will be to cycling, 7 hours to cycling. Swimming and running is slightly smaller components of that. And let's just crack through to have a look at the layout of this training plan. So, as we've had in the past, the typical weeks will look Monday and Friday, and the harder work being done through the upcoming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday sessions. Let's just admit Gary into this call. Gary, how's it going, mate? Might need to unmute you there if you have any questions. So, yeah, let's just unmute this now for you. There we go. Hey, Gary, how's it going?
Hey, mate, I'm good.
Good. We're just about to talk through the layout of this training plan.
Cool.
Which is good timing. There's a couple more people just jumping in here, so no problem at all. There we go. Just unmute. All right. How's it going? Hello.
You good?
Good. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Who's iPhone?
Me, Nick.
Oh, Nick. Hey, Nick.
Because I thought I was going to do the training sitting on the trainer.
Excellent.
But I'm not.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. All right. So yeah, what I was basically saying just before is that this build phase that you're coming into now is just is really consolidating the base aerobic fitness that you've been developing over the previous 8 weeks, and it really helps to optimize these next few sessions of this next 8-week period. You need a lot of endurance to get through these sessions really well, and but what these sessions will be doing is isolating certain aspects of your fitness to really strengthen you up for particularly the later stages of the swim, bike, and the run for the Ironman. Because that's really when it gets tough. As Gary, as you know, you've done a few yourself, you know what it's like in the later stages of each leg. Yep. So Monday, as we've had in the past, is a technique focused session, and we're looking more at we're moving along from body position stuff that we've done previously, and this is more about rotation and sort of looking to develop really good connection of your body in the water. So we're really trying to lengthen your body line, strengthen up through your core, help you develop that rotation, so you can use your hips to tilt your body from left to right as you go through the subsequent arm strokes. But yeah, these sort of drills are really, really useful for that. But if you've got some other drills in mind that you'd rather use, or you want to add to these sessions, then feel free to do so. But these are ones that I find are really useful for this sort of work. So sideline kick with fins on. So you just arm out in front, the other arm on your side, and you're just lying on your side, and either with a snorkel on, with your face looking straight down at the water at the bottom of the pool, or you can turn your head to breathe. So you're kicking on one side, and then you're turning at the end, kicking on the other side on the way back. And then single arm, you're swimming flat in the water, but you got one arm out in front, and you're just using the other arm to do your swim stroke. But you're actually really concentrating on rotating the body as you come through that swim stroke. So as it exits the water, you've actually rotated with your hips, so your body's on its side, and then you just repeat that stroke. Left arm for one length, and right arm for the other length. And then the finger trail drill is just a really slow recovery drill, where you just keep your fingers just dipped in the water as you return your hand to your front of your stroke. So it's nice, thinking of a nice high elbow, slightly wider hand position as you come up the side of your body, and just dragging those fingers through the water. So you're sort of leading with your elbow as you go through each stroke, and then following on with some pull buoy and paddles. Just some nice aerobic work, nice aerobic fitness work. Tuesdays, flat big gear. So this is obviously, well, it's really good to do this on a trainer. If you'd rather do this on a trainer than on the road, it works really well. If you do it on the road, just make sure you do it on an area that you can actually spend 10 minutes really focusing on your pedaling down your aero bars in a big gear. So looking at having between 70 and 80 RPM, but it's not super hard. It's towards the end of the 10 minutes, you will begin to feel a little bit of fatigue developing in your legs. But yeah, zone free power. And then a nice easy 5-minute rest between. So that will progress in duration and the number of intervals as you go through that week, through the weeks. Aerobic run, that's just your bread and butter. Get out of the house, go for a jog in the afternoon. Set them to 40, 45 or 50 minutes. But again, if you feel you can do a little bit less, if you do a little bit less, or you want to do a little bit more, do so, but just keep it within that within the effort that we've prescribed there. Conversation pace, really just nice quality sort of run session. Endurance swim on the Wednesday morning. Nice cool session there. Just a good good mixture of pace and distance in that set. And then we go into a slightly longer hill repeat set that you would have, compared to how you would have done in the previous period. So we're looking at 3-minute long hills, and it's at a strong pace, but it's not flat out. But you just want to keep your try to keep your heart rate within 10 beats of your threshold heart rate. So there's a little bit of intensity, and you'll find that at the beginning of each hill, your heart rate will be a little bit lower, but by the top of it, you'll find that you'll really bring that heart rate up, and you should be in that nice sort of just over aerobic threshold zone. And you might find as you go through each interval that your heart rate comes up a little bit sooner in each hill, just as the recovery hasn't been quite enough to let yourself fully recover. But that's really focusing on good posture, good technique, really light and smooth on your feet. And the jog down is just really, really easy and chilled out. Now, one thing you can do is basically after 3 hill repeats, you can do, if there's a step up, if there's a place you can do step ups, do 10 step ups on each leg after every 3rd hill rep, and that just adds a little bit more strength to your workout, and it's a little bit of a challenge, but you don't need to do that if you don't want to. If you've got sore legs and sore knees, then give that a miss. But if you're feeling like you've got a little bit of energy, you still can put something out, then add those step ups in there. Threshold efforts. This is a pretty good tough session. So we're looking at again depending on whether you're following beginner, intermediate, or advanced, it's a different number of intervals, maybe a different duration. But this is at zone 4 effort, so this is pretty hard. This is sort of 7, 8, 9 out of 10, and it may be a slightly higher cadence than you're used to, so 90 to 95 RPM. But if it feels really unusual, then just settle into a cadence that you know you can handle and you can hold for the duration of that workout. Nice, easy 5 minutes recovery between to really bring that heart rate back down. But again, it might not bring your heart rate down enough. So the idea behind this is to start inducing some muscular endurance, really bringing that fatigue in. But it's a good session, and this is sort of conditioning you for the climbs that you're going to be finding in the race, because the hills, even though there are a couple of longer hills, there are a couple of shorter hills which you'll sort of hit them around threshold, because they're short, that you can get over them pretty quickly. So this is a really good way to sort of introduce that sort of effort to your body. Friday, speed session in the pool. Nice short intervals, nice and fast, really good for technique, really good for just developing that strong lung breathing volume. But yeah, just really get your heart rate up on some of these workouts. But that's all you got on a Friday. And then through to Saturday, long ride in your aero bars as much as you can. And again, if you can do it outside, it's fantastic. And trying to ride aero bars on as many of the hills as you find you're able to. So if it's not too steep, you can stay down in your bars. And if it's safe, obviously. But yeah, just getting used to being down in that position and just getting comfortable. Obviously, you might not want to do that full duration ride if you're going to be doing it indoors. So feel free to break it up over, a few hour, 3 or 4 1-hour rides with a bit of a break in between, just to refill your drink, get something to eat, maybe change your cycling gear. But it's just an accumulation of stress over that duration of that workout. If you're on Zwift, it's really good to just jump into a group ride. I did a 100k group ride the other day, and it was actually a really good way to pass the time. So yeah, just look around for those on Zwift if you want to do it that way. Run off the bike, nice and easy pace. So we're beginning to get these runs off the bike coming more frequently now. Yeah, just beginning to condition yourself to what it feels like. Again, you feel a little bit wobbly in the first few sessions, but you'll get better and better as you go. And then just keep that at a comfortable pace, but feel free to sort of do this at around your expected Ironman run pace, just so you can start getting used to what you think you can handle in the run and what it does feel like. And then on to Sunday long run. In the first week, it's just a 90-minute endurance run, but later on in the next couple of weeks of the plan, we go into a build for the intermediate athletes. Beginners will continue just doing an endurance long run, but the build run for the intermediate and the advanced is one where you start out at a slower pace and then you step it up in effort throughout the run as it goes on, and then you come back down to an easy pace for your final part of the run. So you're really just building your effort through that run, and it's a really good way to develop that confidence that you can run strong for a long period of time. And that will continue through those 3 weeks, and then into the 4th week. Again, Monday day off for the 4th week. Easy spin, run off the bike, endurance swim, some stride outs in a run session, tempo set at the end of the Thursday ride, speed swim, and then just another long endurance ride and a run off the bike on Saturday, and then a long run on Sunday. So it's pretty straightforward. It's hopefully it makes sense to you guys, but yeah, it's a good wee plan to get yourself into the rhythm of things. Let me just bring this back to me. There we go. Yeah, it's a good plan just to start getting your body working at that harder intensity, but not flat out. It's more fatiguing in the sense that it's just longer intervals, moderately hard intervals, rather than short, sharp really smack you around the head type intervals. You guys got any questions around that? Anything that's not too confusing?
Hey, just one thing at the moment. I'm still doing a bit of Saturday running instead of Sundays.
Yep.
When do I need to kind of get back to keeping it as you plan it with the biking Saturday, running Sunday?
If you can keep doing that for the Build 1 and the Build 2 phase. Specialty and race phase would be good if you can start doing the ride and run on the Saturday and the run on the Sunday. That would sort of fit a little bit better. So certainly for the next 8 weeks, you can continue that
Okay.
pattern that you've got. That works really well.
Because it's more about social thing, really.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, it's not going to derail things, but we might just need to have a talk about that and just make sure that you're not backing up too hard runs the wrong way around. But we'll just keep an eye on
No,
it.
that's cool. I can switch it around at some stage and just try to hang out as long as I can.
Yeah, you got to keep having fun with this thing. You don't want it to be a chore.
Yeah.
Rob,
with
the swimming, I'm struggling to get a squad to swim with in the morning. So I'm sort of swimming at night and swimming when I can.
Yeah.
I'm gathering you want it sort of more morning.
It actually doesn't matter. Like I swim in the middle of the day because I like swimming on my own. And the pool that I swim at has a squad in the morning, so I don't really want to get tangled up in the busyness of that. So I'll normally do my bike or my run. I'll normally do my bike session in the morning, swim in the middle of the day, or if I've got a swim and a run day, I will sleep in the morning. Well, sleep in a bit later, so I don't get up super early for the ride. Swim in the middle of the day and then run in the afternoon. So that if there's a routine that works better for you, just so you can get pool time, then if that works fine. And as long as you don't swim when you're tired, I always find that's the hardest thing. If you've done a hard workout and then you go to jump in the pool to a swim session, that's when I feel my feet start sinking and it just goes badly. So does that sort of make sense?
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm struggling with at the moment, though. That's the going to the pool sort of 6 o'clock and a bit tired after.
Yeah.
Either a run in the morning and then work and then swimming is like I don't feel to get the full benefit out of it. Yeah,
what would be the better thing? What would work better for you?
I'd rather swim in the morning.
Yeah.
Like if all things considered, I'd rather swim in the morning 3 mornings a week and then do all my other sessions at night.
That'd be good. But are you unable to because of it's too busy or?
Oh, I just can't find. With two of the places are the squads are full, but they're about to open up the new aquatic centre, which hopefully that'll alleviate that.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be good if you could do that. Because I mean, the swim sessions that you've got in this plan are actually very similar to what you'd be doing in the squad anyway. The only thing you don't get is the people around you helping you, keep that speed up. But that's not always a good thing either. Swimming too hard for your own ability actually can have a negative effect on your technique. But if you're able to find some lane space early in the morning, that'd be ideal. Can you get out at lunchtime? Is that a possibility?
No, not at the moment. No.
Okay.
There's nothing close enough for me to be able to go and jump in. I'd love to, but no.
Yeah, it'll be good if you can get that morning lane space. You can't. Some pools you find that like if they've got a 6 a.m. and a 7 a.m. squad, one of them is a little bit quieter than the other. So if you can get in there at the 7 a.m. one, it might be a little bit better. Or if it opens at 5:30 to 6:30, and then you sort of end up half an hour where you're having to sort of work your space. But it is a bit of a challenge when you're trying to muck it in with other people who are doing their own little thing.
I'm on that swimming. I'm doing 2 sessions with squad, and then I do one of my own. And the squads tend to be shorter. They're 100s, 200s, 300s.
Yeah. Cool.
So then I tend to do your longer endurance one when I'm on my own. Is that probably about the right thing?
Yes, that's what I would recommend doing. So the one you do on your own is the one where you really just settle into your own rhythm and your own pace, and maybe even bringing those drills that you may have missed in the Monday session and adding them to the beginning of the Wednesday session. And the other thing I quite like doing when I've swum a squad, and I've found if it's been a little bit shorter than I've wanted it to be, I'd often add a 400 or a 600 pull and paddle at the end just to get some bonus miles.
I've been getting there a little early, doing a 400 and then throwing on at the end anything else that I need to bring the numbers up.
Cool. You're onto it. And I mean, the thing is with your swimming, Gary, you're a good swimmer anyway, so it's just a matter of just getting your volume up that you're able to just keep on top of your fitness, because you've got good technique. So the rest will come as you get stronger and get fitter.
Actually, if people are looking for squad to swim with, I'm at Cameron Pool on a Tuesday and Thursday, and the lanes aren't that full.
Oh yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah.
How much is the squad membership there?
I think it's 180 for 3 months.
Gee, that's pretty good, eh? And how many swims are you getting in a week there?
2 a week.
Yeah, that's a good squad. That's really good. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. So Cameron Pool, that's in Onehunga, isn't it?
Mount
Roskill, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a 33 or a 25?
25.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Commute would be a bit of a killer up.
Yeah, you should come up for it, Nick.
Well, hopefully the new pool in at the sports park is apparently there's a 50 and a 25 in the centre. So
brilliant. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's good. Swimming pools. Good swimming pools in New Zealand are such a challenge. It's so much fun.
Any, are there?
No, not like the Aussies. They've got so many. They've got it great. They've got it so good over there. No wonder they swim so well.
Hopefully after Commonwealth Games we'll get funding for a few more.
Yeah, hopefully. Now the other thing I was going to mention to the crowd was quite a few people have come down with illnesses and bugs over the last sort of 4 to 6 weeks, and it's just that time of year. And this is what we expected would have happened with the Ironman being in December, is that our immunity would be a bit affected with that. So the harder you train, the more your immune system's affected, and there seems to be the easier it is to pick things up. So if you are suffering and you're dealing with a cold or a flu, just try not to push the limits in your training. Just step it right back. And there's a rule of thumb that I've always worked by, is if it's just a head cold, you can still train, but you should just train light and stay out of the pool. But you can certainly run and ride at an easy intensity. If it's a chest infection, if it's a chest cold, you've got to take time off. And it might be that you need to take 3 or 4 days off to really clear it. And then you might need to take another 3 or 4 days before you get back in the pool, because getting back in the pool or running or cycling on a cold, damp morning will be the worst thing for that chest infection to kick it off again. So just be real careful around that sort of stuff. The other thing I do is when I'm cycling on a cold morning is I wear a neck gaiter. So it sits around my neck, so it stops the cold air going down around my chest. And then when I need to, I can pull it up over my mouth and my nose. And and this is Auckland cold. It's not even that bad. So I do, a lot of people will be saying, toughen up. But actually we do get 5 degrees here sometimes, 3 degrees sometimes. So those cold mornings I can feel it. I'll pull that up over my mouth and my nose, and I just make sure I don't get any cold air going down my lungs. And then if you have had a bit of a cold or a flu and it has affected your training, and you have had to take a couple of days off here and there, you don't feel you need to step back into the training as the plan should suggest. What I would actually do is take a week from one of the preparation weeks that you've got in your plans database. Take one of the weeks from that and just replace it for that week coming, just so you can give yourself a little bit of an introduction back to your training, and then you get back into your workload. And just missing that 1 week, it's not going to derail things, but if you try and push your limits and try and get back into it too soon, that 1 week that you've had off might turn into 3 or 4 weeks off, and that can be really frustrating. So yeah, just listen to your body. If you've got any questions, then just talk to me. And if you need a bit of a hand, splicing in a part of a training session, a training plan to get that that recovery phase, just let me know and I can help you out with that as well. But yeah, it's really important to deal with that at this time. And then just always making sure that you're not cold when you're training. So you know, I've always got leg warmers or knee warmers on. I've always got gloves on when I'm on the bike. I've always got a gilet, and I've always got arm warmers, neck gaiter. Sometimes I'll have a warm hat on under my helmet. And then when I'm running, long sleeves, gloves, maybe 2 shirts, just enough to keep your body warm, because the last thing you want is to get cold through this time. But yeah, hopefully that's enough for everybody to go ahead with. But if you've got any questions, just message me, just email me. I'm here to help. But unless Gary and Nick, have you guys had anything else? Any suggestions or questions? Cool. I'll send this out, and I'll send this out tomorrow. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how everybody goes with this next 4 weeks.
Cool.
Thanks. Cool. Cheers, Rob.
Okay, guys.